What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slugga. Welcome to my SummerSlam 2015 predictions video. And as always, gonna run some CPU matches in the background while I talk about what I think is going to happen at the biggest show of the summer, etc., etc., etc. So, I will start off by talking about the fact that I don't know what order, obviously, the matches are going to be in, and whether or not any of the 10, count them, 10 matches, whether or not any of those 10 matches are going to be on the pre-show, I don't actually know. So, I will start here from the bottom with the tag team title matches, which is the Primetime Players versus Los Matadores with El Torito versus Lucha Dragons versus The New Day, I guess, with Xavier Woods. You know, he's in The New Day, but he's usually that third guy. But hey, they could trick us. They could have it be Xavier and Big E, or Xavier and Kofi, and not just be Kofi and Big E. We don't actually know until the show starts. Anyway, tag team title match prediction right out of the gate. It's a new day. Yes, it is. I think that they are doing amazing work. Granted, I don't think they need the tag team titles to keep doing amazing work. I don't know that the champions, Primetime Players, haven't really doing much of anything, at least on Raw anyway, that makes me even care about them. Like, I understand that Primetime Players, like, having the tag belts makes them something, instead of just kind of being kind of whatever. But again, it's the tag division, so kind of who cares? But the certainly the standout in the tag division is the New Day, and I would like to see them be champions again and have the other teams chase for that championship. That could be entertaining. Have the faces chase the heels. That could be good. There is the match that I would not have cared about at Battleground and still do not care about at SummerSlam. It is the Intercontinental title match, which is Ryback versus The Miz versus The Big Show. This one, clearly, if you had predicted Miz last time around, clearly he would not have been the guy, because he was supposed to be in the celebrity match teaming with Stardust. That was supposed to be the plan, but since that got delayed a month because of Ryback's staph infection in his knee, fatty deposit, because of that, they kind of elongated that feud another month, and I still don't care. They still haven't done anything remotely interesting with it, and I still don't give a shit. So Ryback retains, because, you know, are they gonna? If they weren't gonna give it to the Miz at Battleground, I don't think they'll give it to him here. And by his own words, the Big Show has been on TV too much. So keep the belt on Ryback. Line up some new contenders. Make me give a shit about the IC Championship, please. Moving on. The Divas Elimination Tag Team Match, Team PCB, which is a dumb name, versus the Team Bellas versus Team Bad. If you've been watching my Raw reactions, let's mess with every week on this channel, I have been saying it seems like they've actually accomplished what they set out for in the Divas Revolution, which is more Divas matches and longer Divas matches. So I'm hoping they move this storyline forward to have a new #1 contender for the Divas title. Now, they might not do that until, like, you know, Nikki Bella has overtaken AJ's reign as the longest reigning Divas champion. I don't know what the actual day count on that is. That might not be until after Night of Champions or beyond. I haven't been keeping track. It's the Divas. But, that being said, I think that Team PCB wins this only because I don't know if the Bellas are face or heel. I don't actually care. And seriously, Team Bad has Tamina Snuka on that team. That team should not win. Now, granted, I only say that because this is a team elimination, not Survivor Series style. It is not individual eliminations. They clearly aren't going to give the Divas enough time to do 8 individual eliminations in a match. So it is teams getting eliminated. So I think Team Bad goes first, and then it's the Bellas and PCB and PCB wins. Whether or not this match establishes somebody as a #1 contender for the Divas Championship, that's what I want to see. But they might just keep spinning their wheels until Nikki hits that day marker and defeats AJ, because the company is so petty and they hate CM Punk so much. Anyway, moving on to the next match. Stephen Amell, the actor, and Neville versus Stardust and King Barrett. And it should have been The Miz. Now, it would have made more sense to be The Miz, because he has the whole actor gimmick and he's fighting against an actor. But that's not the case. This is a super easy match to call. Celebrities always win. Celebrities always win. Never bet against a celebrity in a wrestling match. Period. So that match does not even need discussion. Celebrities always win. Anyway, I had to set up another match here, so bear with me for just a moment past a jump cut. Alright, moving on to what is perhaps going to be my most anticipated match of the night, and one of the hardest matches for me to call. It is Cesaro versus Kevin Owens. I'm a big fan of both of these guys. I think they both need the forward momentum going out of SummerSlam. So the question is, who do you give it to? Do you believe the rumors that management does not know whether or not to make Kevin Owens into a big deal or not after his feud with John Cena? And that kind of is the framing of how this whole match is going to be, is that if Owens wins and goes on to do bigger and better things, you know, does management actually believe he can do it? Or are they just going to say, okay, we're finally going to push Cesaro, he's been doing this shit for 3 years, or however long it's been, and he's awesome, and the fans love him. They got those little Cesaro section signs, and he is a phenomenal hand to have, a fantastic wrestler, and just give him his time to shine. So, I'm going to say Cesaro, only because you have an out with Owens. Because Owens has a ladder match Saturday at NXT TakeOver. Owens could reclaim the NXT title in that ladder match, and even if he does not, he will be so battered and bruised from a ladder match on Saturday night that it will be, you know, not a knock against him to lose to Cesaro the very next night at SummerSlam. So I'm going to go Cesaro, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. So, moving on to the next match I have here on the list, it is Rusev versus Ziggler, with obviously plenty of interference with Lana and Summer Rae, Hot Summer Rae. This match should have been a mixed tag. This match might end up being a mixed tag at Night of Champions, but as of right now, it is a one-on-one match, and that's kind of the long and the short of it. So the question is, who do you give the victory to here? It feels like, to me anyway, Rusev has been more of a face in this thing than anything, because he's just trying to mind his own damn business with his new girlfriend, and keeps getting interrupted by his old girlfriend, who won't leave him alone. So, that being said, returning face Dolph Ziggler, having gone and filmed a movie with Kane, returning face Dolph Ziggler, I would imagine is going to get the victory here, but whether or not we get another month of awesome stuff like Dog Ziggler and Rusev throwing a fish and that kind of stuff, like, I don't, like, if you're going to continue the feud and continue having Rusev be hilarious, then yes, by all means. But I think Dolph Ziggler gets the win here. And that moves us on to the next match, which is Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. And again, this is kind of a thing that they've been spinning their wheels on with this whole Reigns and Wyatt feud, and now they've dragged more guys into it, and now it's just kind of a mid-card tag team match that does not seem to have any consequences. But what if the consequence was Dean Ambrose turning heel? And I only say that because of what I'm going to predict in the world title match. So, I will say that by hook or by crook, by heel turn or by that was the Celtic Cross, rope break. What the fuck happened there? Either by heel turn or by not heel turn, I think they would hopefully give it to... Now, granted, Roman Reigns is your golden boy, and Bray Wyatt can't get it done, or at least that's the implication, is he can't get it done in the big matches. He does good on all the other matches, but when it comes to the actual big match, he loses. John Cena, Undertaker, etc., etc. Even, Anyway, so if you want to give Bray Wyatt any kind of an actual bite to his character, any kind of a threat, you would have Bray Wyatt go over here. I would hope, but obviously everyone is going to predict Roman Reigns is going to be the winner. But I think if Ambrose turns heel here, and that is kind of a out of nowhere prediction, but if he turns heel here, then certainly you would have the Wyatts go over. But where's Sting? Anyway, he's doing autograph signings. That brings us to this match, Randy Orton versus Sheamus. How fortuitous of my little list of matches here. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Sheamus needs this. Sheamus needs this because he is the Money in the Bank holder. He needs to be established as a credible threat to any world champion, whether or not he decides to attempt to cash in at SummerSlam or not. Sheamus has been just floundering since winning Money in the Bank, even with his whole new look and heel attitude and everything else. He has been floundering, so giving him a decisive victory over Randy Orton, who it's not going to hurt Randy Orton. He's still Randy Orton. He's still like the B-tier John Cena. He's still up there in that upper echelon of guys that could easily challenge for the world title on any given night because he's third generation Randy Orton. So, Sheamus, it has to be Sheamus. It has to be. If they give this victory to Randy Orton, why? What is that going to do for Randy Orton that he doesn't already have in his career? So, moving on to the winner-take-all, title-for-title, World Heavyweight Championship and United States Championship match with Seth Rollins versus the actual Golden Boy, the face that runs the place, John Cena. And because John Cena is John Cena, this match, for both these guys, for the sake of both of these gentlemen, I hope this match has a decisive ending. No shenanigans, no Sheamus cash-in, no bullshit. A decisive victory, one way or the other. But when you're talking decisive victories, when you're talking big matches, when you're talking wins, when you're talking what the shareholders want, it's going to be John Cena. Now, they tried to swerve you. They put out that 15 times t-shirt. They tried to swerve you. I can almost guarantee that if John Cena wins, they will have a 16-time t-shirt on Shop Zone the very next day. Sheamus, I told you. So I will continue this discussion here as soon as I load up one more match. So, do you really think that the WWE has enough faith in Seth Rollins to defeat John Cena and to hold the WWE Championship and the United States Championship? I don't think they're going to have any kind of a merger for those belts. I think whoever wins, and I think it's going to be Cena, is going to relinquish the U.S. title, and then they'll have some kind of a tournament for it, and that could be fun. That could be interesting. I don't think he's going to hold on to both belts. I don't think you're going to have John Cena hold on to and defend both belts. But hey, stranger things have happened. It's the summer. It's WWE. Anything could happen. But I think that John Cena already works such a ridiculous schedule. I think adding additional matches in to hold both belts is just not going to happen. So, Suplex City, bitch. So that being said, certainly I think John Cena 100%. I mean, there could be shenanigans. There could not be a winner. There could be some bullshit going on with the Authority, or an interference, or, you know, a cash-in. Who knows? Who fucking knows? We could, at the end of the night, we could see Sheamus as your world champion and Seth Rollins as your U.S. champion. That is a feasible thing. I don't think they would go that route. I don't think Sheamus is actually going to be successful when he eventually does cash in, unless they are really going to get behind Sheamus as a heel champion, and I don't think they will. So, that being said, I think if the shareholders want more John Cena, these shareholders will get more John Cena. So, that leads us to this match. The match that is too big for WrestleMania, even though WrestleMania is the event that supersedes the Super Bowl, according to WWE. It is the rematch that we never thought we would actually see of Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker, who is wrestling at SummerSlam for the first time in how many years? As a man who was only wrestling at WrestleMania, last ride, for the longest time. Really? Okay. That would have been him real quick. So, alright. Okay, yeah, I reversed it. Okay, I was gonna say, this match is like, you're already going into like, you're already going into your finisher fest real early here, guys. Slow it down, I got more to talk about. So, this match is weird, because the last match between Brock and Taker was not very good. And that was WrestleMania, like, you know, 2 years ago. So, I don't know how they're going to handle this match. I think that Brock is one of your most marketable guys right now, and having Brock lose to Old Man Undertaker is not particularly a good look for Brock. I don't think it'll hurt him. I think it's just not F5. But that's like, that's a rope break right there. No? His foot? It's 2. Okay. I'm getting invested already. I think that they might extend this feud, if you want to call it that, until WrestleMania. So the question is, how do you book this match based on the fact that they might do it a third time? And I know they had matches back in the day, but for the purposes of this current feud, they might do it a third time at WrestleMania in Texas. And that's Taker's home state, etc., etc. So, that being said, who do you put over in this match? Do you have a clean finish? Do you have the return of Kane, who's been out selling an ankle injury at the hands of Brock, and whatever else? Like, there are so many questions. Is this the main event? Because, I mean, they've booked the whole show around this, and granted, that pull-apart brawl to start it off was fantastic, but some weak-ass shit at the end of Raw this past week, and usually, when you have a guy do stuff, when you have a guy going over at the end of Raw before pay-per-view, it usually means that the guy is going to lose at pay-per-view. So, the way that I would like to see it happen is that Brock just runs through Taker again, and then that makes Taker doubt his agingness, his oldness, and was like, I don't know that I can do it in the ring anymore, so let's do it one more time at WrestleMania. You know, have him, like, go away and then reappear at the Rumble and be like, look, I don't know if I can beat you. This is the greatest challenge of my career, and if I can't do it, I'll retire, and then have him go over Brock at Mania, because it's Mania, and whatever. There's no more streak, and who cares? So, that being said, they could just as easily give this victory to Taker, or have interference, or any number of things. There are, this is kind of the biggest wild card, because you kind of don't want to see either of these guys lose but having Taker do all the low blow stuff against Lesnar and having to cheat to win kind of stuff, being a heel, like, if you want to, I don't know, I'm not sure how you handle it. I'm really just, I'm at a loss as to how this is going to be handled, but I'm going to hope that Brock goes over and continues being awesome and continues being Brock. I don't know what feud you put Brock into after this. That's the Kimura lock. Tap, Taker, tap. He's tapping. Alright. And your winner, and my prediction for the winner, Brock Lesnar. And this has been a long fucking video. I apologize for that. This is going to be a 4-hour pay-per-view plus pre-show. So, long prediction video for a long show. I'm a tax slug. I'm going to end it here. My voice is going. So, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I'll see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.